Hello and welcome to the show, lovely people. Today we're going to talk about some trades that we've been in. We've been talking about some potential moves on the go here. Some potential trades that some people are in. Another 7% on party. Just taking a note of where it is that price action's done better, done better, as we like to say in the business. Lots of good news across the markets. Happy to take a look at anything you're interested in. Just let me know. Audio working, video working, all good. Okay, I see the nice people in the chat there. SPY closed at 397.77. Failing currently to make it into the bullish control zone, but strong performance. Still here on the 4-hour, this high, lower than the previous high. Despite the fact that we have lows, which would be lower than previous lows. Highs not yet confirmed there. Not yet confirmed. So, sideways market still possible. Hi Dad, hello everybody. Hello everybody. Still didn't buy anything. I'm going to get left behind. There'll be more trades to take, more days, plenty more to come for sure. For sure. Bed Bath & Beyond up 13%, 4.142. 100 period moving average there on the 4-hour. Very, very relevant. But daily time frame, not so bad, right? Not so bad. If you're looking at the Dungeon channels, failing to break it back above 382 at 4.14 is not great. 13%, that is good. So as long as you didn't buy it above here, right? Whew. So what else are we talking about? VIX. This was interesting. It's funny when it does these days. Like they're all negative days, but price action's going up. But it's negative, but it's going up though. 21.56. That looks like that'll happen at some point. Turn this cheat code off. You get that cheat code for yourself at patreon.com/rockoutcrop. Indicate here. I definitely recommend everybody does it. It's best trading indicator in the world. And it's over there, get it. So that's interesting. I think I clicked on VBIV, so we've had a brief check on that thing. What else? SNDL, I mean, most things were positive today. Most of the things that we'd look across the board here. Some more than others. Obviously, that wasn't in the entirety of the story there. So, MULN. Now, a lot of people were very positive about this. It got rejected from the golden pocket in this particular fib, and you were looking for it to come down, test the 50 simple period moving average on daily time frame, and this other fib in at around 0.27. If it goes further, 0.22 very possible. Nice golden pocket in there, 2.2387, that sort of level if it doesn't. So that's interesting. People were excited about that, so you got to be careful. Could be careful. HGEN, a lot of people are excited about this, down 6.21%. This here failed at the 236, right? Failed at the 236 so far, so let's not get too excited. And then, what else? I mean, there was other bad news. If you want to talk about bad news, Smell Direct Club came back. We talked about these potential moves. I missed the upside. Don't want to jump in late if you missed the upside, because you never know. Kitties, like for example there, 15%. That'd be quite a costly trade if you entered without looking. And a lot of things that had made positive moves. Little bit of retracements, GREE. GREE, right? 7.5%. You'd hardly notice it in this breakout move from these previous areas. That's good to see. And a lot of different things aiming for important 200 period moving average on daily time frames, or they're already there on 4-hour time frames, and you're talking about potentially having put in higher highs, at which stage you'd be looking for higher lows. This would be a higher high than, say, here. This would be a lower than, say, here. And at this stage, you would have been saying downtrend, downtrend. And then here you've got a high. You're really looking for it to confirm with some sort of a higher low, aren't you? Boom. After which case, oh, that's not pretty. Pretty. A lot of things doing that sort of thing. So it's that kind of thing. There's loads of funny things happening. Where is it? Oh, sugar. And I can't squeeze out of this space I've made for myself here to do the show in. I made a Tupperware hat to celebrate Spectre Wolf's fantastic epic thread on Discord. How hilarious is that? You on Discord? Get in there. I'll laugh at that brilliant thread. Very funny the way it's written. Also, it's really interesting. I mean, do you want to look at Tupperware? Tupperware and the Doomslayers and Outcropticians is going to make a killing on the Tupperware. Tup yup. Tup yup or nay? Let me know in the chat box. Is it a yup or is it a nay? I mean, you don't have to be trading it. I just want to know. Tup. Yup. Nap. Right. $200 million market cap. Isn't it? Let me check. Sorry. Yeah, $202 million market cap. That was my market cap psychicness coming in there. And yes. So not particularly large amounts of volume compared to average. You can tell that even though I've got the volume indicator turned off because I am psychic, right? Psychic. Amazing. Psychicness. Boom. There's that. And it's not above average. Boom. See, it's also actually on a different... that information's over on the right. Anyway, why do you need that thing? Like, you silly volume sillies. I need it for confirmation. Okay. Really? Right. Okay. Anyway, don't change channel. You do. That's all. But, I mean, you know, tell me more. So, there's the FIDI. No, it's not. Yeah, there's the FIDI. There's the... I mean, yeah. What was the question? Oh, it was me that was looking at it. There, yeah. So, I mean, it probably does fall down a little bit. You see, this hasn't broken any important range. And one of the levels that are in that range that are very important would here. There's be another one that's very important in that range. That's another one that's important currently. And there are the majority of those important levels within that range, yo. Here we are, yo. Talking about this low from that high. See, that's another important level in this range, yo. Well, would you look at that? You'd see this is an important level. Wow, would you look at that? Oh my goodness gracious me. And I bet you, oh, would you look at that? And I bet you if you come back up again, that'd be another place where you find it at 540. Another little tip. But is it going to happen? Is it going to 540? Well, I'd be cautious of breakdowns. They're the 50 simple. It's doing well to stay above that. That's not bad, right? That is not bad. But as you can see, looking left, it's only just managed to get to the 382, no more. And there's your 236. You know, it's very close to breaking that, right? It's not tested it and held it yet, that's for sure. So let's say you're looking at this guy. Watcha! You know, you're below the 236 there. You're below. Oh, you're going to test 382 at the same place, so potentially it does bounce. Bounce and highs within these candles, so potentially a little bit of a bounce. But you know, there's a degree of continuation divergence within this thing. So we would be anticipating coming back down still, you know, certainly not defeated the trend. We'd expect that. There's a cross, you know, 30 simple 200 period moving average on 2 hour. Is that going to happen? Is it? 1 hour time frame it did, but you didn't manage to go up with a very simple. Bit of a warning sign there and a top tip for anybody paying attention. 30-minute time frame, boom, boom, boom. You're getting sell signals. You're getting sell signals, yo. So potentially, you know, get it lower. And then when you did get it lower, what would you be looking at? Well, this thing, right? This is what you'd be looking at. Cha-cha-cha-cha. And I mean, just there you go, right? Boom. I mean, that probably happens. So that's what you'd be thinking, right? And you'd be like, well, you like Tradespotting? And I'd be like, I'm metal, mate, metal. So, yeah, I mean, you'd also probably look at these levels. I mean, there's a bit of confluence there. And get on your bike. Yeah, I mean, I'd be looking across all of these, right? These are all important. And when it happens, oh, check the thread on Discord, Spectre Wolf's thread. Very interesting, active threads, very interesting. So, you know, you probably comes like, you know, this is continuation divergence. You might get a couple of touches, maybe even several before it goes bonkers. So pay attention. And we're looking at retracements down to these levels. At these levels, then we've got the question mark. Is it going to be a trade rate? Is it? I could draw on with this. But what we're going to do first is we're going to draw this. And we're going to say this 50 simple and price action both take a slightly steeper decline down here. Boom. Test this 886. Oh, get back. over there. We're going to say it does that, right? Yo, after this, we're going to have another look. Yo, we certainly are going to have another look, because when you go back up to these time frames and then you check out this picture here, get what Rocky discovered. Let's give him credit where credit's due. 1, 2, 3 higher lows. 1, 2, 3 touches of bullish divergence, like Rocky discovered, right? And there we have continuation divergence, like Tradespotting adds to the mix. You're going to get 3 touches of that before you get your trend change. So, you know, another retest back down again. Higher low, bottom information. You see how that evolves, the bottom information. Have you ever yourself evolved a bottom in? Are you ever a bottom information bottom? I don't know. Something about bottoms. They're lovely. Apparently he was buried in Tupperware. Oh my goodness gracious me. What a fun day. If you call it Tupperware, I will judge you. Tupperware? Sounds like a copyright infringement there. Dragonfly Tupperware getting the dispatch treatment. Oh my goodness. Is that how you get dispatched? With the Tupperware? There's a red squirrel. Yo. Good to see you, buddy. Great to see you. Great to see you, everybody. Yeah. So, if you were waiting for anything from Unreasonable Shop and it has arrived, or if you were surprised by some arriving from there, let me know. Okay, now, I did still no dice. No dice. No dice, baby. Someone does it. How about that FUV after hours? FUV after hours. After hours. 440. 421. Look at that. It's a little bit desperate down there. Back down where it came from. Lost everything it made today in after hours. So we see the brutality of it all. There you go. Nightmare. It's only been after hours for a very short period relative to how long it was not after hours. So, hi cha back there. Here, look, Tradespotting support and resistance. It's incredible, isn't it? Oh, my goodness gracious. Mwah. What happens next? Well, if that line doesn't hold. Right. So, yeah, what about after? Cheapers, crapers. What else do you want to look at? You just tell me and I'll do it. What do I see? I don't see anything on this tell me what to do list. Here's a tell me what to do list. And it was your man, the no dice man, Old Harney, on 99 cents on Friday. Before him, Katie's Never Die on rap. Ruffa. Thanks so much. That was Friday. Nothing a day. Nothing to worry about. Mr. Misties. I like any. XELA, any. You like these, do you? Like XELA and any. Yep. Good moves here we've had. Oh, we've had the good moves, haven't we? We're all rich again. Richie rich. Up 30% on XELA. Well, you can't argue with that. I'm not arguing with it. I'm quite happy with that. It's nice. Tradespotting GDRX. Could have a quick look at GDRX. Here's a 7.72% are putting in potentially another continuation information. You hold that 200 period moving average. You've already broken it on the 4 hour. That's interesting. Today, daily. You know, a bit more to go there for sure. 200 again. A bit more to go again. It's gonna go crazy. It's gonna go crazy. But you're all profit. Manage your profit now. Manage your capital. Any chance for any? There's plenty of chance for any. GDRX. What are you saying there, Rexy? Not much of a movement there, eh? That's nowhere near as much of a movement of all the other moves. Still 1.92%. Yeah. 1.90. You've come back from this level so far. Not much happened there daily. You've got it 1 hour. Made it to these levels. You know, that's positive. Not actually done anything, though. Not achieved anything. Not anything significant has been achieved. Or is it all that different from when we last looked at it? Not really. To be honest. Holding these levels at the minute. I have a mega TA on GDW. Let's see what you think. Thinking sub 4Ws. What do I think? JDW. Bam 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 bam. think what? You're thinking -4. Currently trading at 471. Bullish divergence on these lows, which has led to a bit of a meek retracement. Weekly time frame. Is that strong enough? It's a bit weak there too. That does not look fantastic. I agree with that. Continuation divergence. All over the shop. Volatility still going crazy. Gave you the Tradespotting signal net. Ooh. And you got everything you needed there. What a brilliant trade. Bam. What was that one? If you've just been using the Tradespotting sell signal, buy signals chat, which everyone just follow along for GME will be very familiar with. 70% there just for boom. Anyway, what do we think? Sub $4? That's a big call. Like, lost your 200, 50 simple still above it. Come into important levels. You use dictation, turn on online speech recognition. Nah, get out of my face. So, boom. Yeah, so tricka. I mean, you can take your pick. That one. How do you like it? Do you mind if I drew an extra line? Pachoom. So that's what I'd be thinking, you know, this sort of thing. That's what I'd be thinking, aye, right enough. I would too, eh? He's not lying there. You'd be thinking that right enough. You know? Bump, 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 bump. Can't completely rule that out. Can't completely rule it out. Boom. Here, look how well that worked out, eh? That Tradespotting guy, he knows his stuff. Give you that. And you're thinking sub $4, so you think you're taking the wee. Tradespotting, is it time for ATVI yet? Boo. That's about to break into some Missy Elliott. But what do I really think? Oh, don't worry. So, oof. I'd be saying, you know, this level we break 71, really bad. It does touch a bullish divergence, and this retracement's not yet, because he did 50% of this move. I think you've got a little bit left, looking to go short. I could imagine. Right, I could. Aye, darn tooting, because I mean, clearly needs to come back on the weekly. So it's a question of when does it break there, and then you know you're looking at testing these levels. Could be a wee while before that completely plays out, and then you'd be thinking perhaps stop here. It's lay by in around these levels. On potentially en route to that sort of thing. Like that could easily be happening there. Is that what you're thinking? So this level is the target at the minute. 200 period moving average there on the weekly. That breaks at 71. Things would be looking like they're probably quite bad. Daily time frame, obviously you get a little bit more chocolate in your biscuit. Good 10% if you are able to catch it in at around $80. That's the highs here. And if you can make that work for short position, no problem, fantastic. Various ways of taking both sides of the trade, then reducing your risk. And using stops, also using stops, reduce the risk. But you get more chocolate in your biscuit here if you're looking to go short. It's not yet got any sort of bullish about the momentum here. So there's this huge gap, right? The boom, boom. Get rid of the drawings for a moment. And the indicators. Gosh, gracious me. Then you see there's still this gap, you know, it's not filled. And it's going to go there at some point. 4-hour time frame. You've got a gap back above. You've got your 200 period moving average. But you're catching this trend line still. So I'd look to see how price action evolves, and you could easily come back up to these sort of levels. That would be better. Don't think it's necessarily time yet, but you would know if it started breaking down. And if it doesn't hold support at the bottom of that gap, I'd say, yeah, you'd be on for those bigger moves potentially. But then obviously you have to watch for retracements. But yeah, manage your risk. I mean, depending on, you know, are we on for ATIV, ATVI? I do that all the time. Are we on for this? The question is, well, not from right here, as the answer is, sorry. So like either a bit above or a bit below. That's the best answer there on that, I think. Got to run for dinner. We'll be back to what's the highest. Good luck with dinner, Colin. Good luck. Good one. Keep it up. Great man. Their bomb seems like it ran out of steam a bit, so maybe it's a bit red now, hopefully. What is? Oh my goodness. Dally, thanks for chat on VBIV in Discord today. Very helpful. Can I go with double request? You cheeky sod, yeah. 100 plins. That'll be like $20. Who mentioned it last time? XELA? First look at XELA. Who mentioned it last time? So I know who to thank. Up above there. I'm not sure. Can we look at Reef? We haven't seen it for a while. This. Right, we'll start with XELA obviously because my hand started with XELA.
Fax arrival from Staley with Bullets 100.00.
29%
The fax reads, thanks for chat on
29% today. There's not very much arguing with the trend.
Can I go with double
You're not
request?
trying to do that. You're just trying to capture these
fast look at Sheila,
moves.
who mentioned it last time, so I know who to thank.
Under regular.
Can we look at
So,
Reef? We haven't seen
you're
it for
welcome
a
on the
while
help
now.
earlier,
End
friend.
fax.
So that was a 200% move, so you're at 30%. Yeah, is it still happening? It's a good question. This guy, it was 80%. It was very modest. A modest 80%. I mean, I can do these ones. Like, that was 32%. So it does stop after 30. It's not like that's inadequate for it. That was 200% though. So, you know, this not crazy that it's done this. 50 simple, 4-hour time frame. If it broke that, maybe you'd be looking for the 200. That'd be outside move per what it's previously been doing. Daily time frame. 50 simple comes in at 0.14. Oh, back to the 4-hour. You know, this is the way it would go. You know, it's just breaking back up again. Slightly different picture on the MACD there, huh? Got your signal, you're back above this. Potentially the volatility is still playing out. You put your boost divergence, boof, boof, boof. Anyway, we did all that all the other day. We're looking at the daily, the 4-hour. If I got the drawings off or something, where's it all drawing? Anyway, so I mean, I was looking at drawings on this earlier today, but what chart is that? Greedy chart box. Is that not the right one? This one? No. Ugh. We got anything on this one? Just well, I'm here. Yeah, the stuff. Some stuff is a bit rank. What are you tagging on this thing? This is rank. Blech. I hate the background. Get off this chart quickly. Blech, 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 blech. Which one's this? Back, aren't we? Nope. What do you like? Why does it keep loading that? Stop, help, stop, help, stop, stop, help. XELA la la, la 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 la. Can you please work? Oh, right, we're back, I think. Here, that was a nice little adventure, wasn't it? We'll go now down to these tiny time frames where we can see actual relative moves. There's 200 on the 1 hour. Very, very tough that, considering RSI looks a little bit dodgy. I wouldn't be jumping into this right now. 30-minute time frame, easily come back and test that 200 and around 0.08. a huge percentage chunk back down again. Having moved 30% one day would be not all that crazy. I entered XELA at 0.073, so please give me sweet confirmation. Well, price action's up 30%. You've got your sweet confirmation there. If you stop in profit now, sir, bomb, sir, for sure. And yeah, I mean, the move might not have finished. You're in the bullish control zone, so I don't like to argue with that. We saw in higher time frames the volatility was still playing out, so you could, you know, that could easily just come back down a significant chunk and find support, put in a higher low. Or it could easily continue on because it's very, very strong on important time frames. And that signal, it's not there by accident, right? It means something. 1 hour time frame, that 200 period moving average is your first. Your high today, 0.93. 200 period moving average comes in at 0.1. So it's not complicated. Yay, you break 0.1. You'll also be exceeding this prior high. This was in a period of inflection that you've just gone through and you've tested support subsequently. So you don't necessarily need to put in a higher low right now. Let's see it break that high. That'd be fantastic. Is it going to do it? You need to go through 1. Is it going to get there without going back? On the 30-minute time frame, you would say it's in the bullish control zone, so I'm not arguing with it. But if it does come back, it should be good. It would be good to see it bounce at 0.084. That would be good if it came back. Exceeding obviously the low of today, much lower than that. 50 simple about to cross the 250-minute time frame. Some people would be looking at that 0.775 or another potential test if it's right away straight and dead at the dead of night, right in the morning. If this thing starts gapping down, then you'd be silly to be buying it pre-market. It's nice to be excited, but there's loads of things happening. Loads of moves going. So you haven't bought it yet. I wouldn't be going crazy if you're already in it. I'd have my stop in profit if possible. Yourself, where did you buy it yourself, Derbaum? 0.73 you said, or 7. So 7.7 looks important. So, you know, depending on how you play things, you could have stop profit and everything. Derbaum, sir. Instructions for a village, idiot. Yo, if you found one, that's not you, sir. If you found one, is he in the village or outside the village? Advice would obviously depend. I am tapping my phone trying to figure out representing my village over here too. You're right. Oh, the good old villages. Tradespotting, there is a flash at 0.14 on the 4 hour. At 0.14 on the 4 hour. Do you have the flash there, bomb? You have the flash. And yes, I have moved my stop up, so all good. Well, that's why you've got the flash, isn't it? You're a genius. And you do stuff like protecting your profit, you genius. Why am I not a member? That doesn't seem right. Don't be a member if it isn't convenient right now, sir. Pale faces are welcome. There, I was just chatting to Derbomb. He's a big pale face. Look at you, Derbomb, you big pale face, yeah. Nice people there. Love you guys. Love you too. Tradespotting. Oh, I've got to do reef as well, so I don't get too excited on this. I get too excited. It's a bit light on the drawings today, isn't it, Spotter? So, I mean, you'd be looking at retracements on this thing, and there's lots of areas to be careful of. There's a breakdown, so, you know, like, look at that for different ways. Stop tricking everybody, Spotter. You know, that's one of the reasons why it's very significant to break here. You know, for a number of different reasons. So, if it does, great. And then there'll be easily another 20% on top. Hello, L. Baker. How's it going? I did, sure. I did, sure. Sure, you know I did, sure. Yay. Yo, da bum. Exactly. 2 legends. Da bum bum, ba bum bum. We were just talking about bottoms, weren't we? Stally, 23.90. Yes, that reminds me. So, Reef. Where we are. Oh. So that sounds like if you're nearby, or, you know, let me say nearby, you don't even have to be nearby. Hope not, actually, because the bang from this would have knocked you out cold, right? So that's not all that crazy. A little bit of this. The drawings are horrible. Let's start again with this rankness. What's this? This previous low. Hey, that was pretty good, wasn't it? What about that? That was the previous low. There's a golden bit of eh? Right, so now that will be right, yes. So, I mean, that was obviously right there at the time. Afterwards, you'd be looking at moves to 236, 200 period moving average at that point. Shut up, as if it is. No, it isn't. I'll get in there on a smaller time frames and work that out in a second. For now, we'll make it 1 pixel, and we already know, right, it's a green, so we know what that is. This guy, I don't know about you, mate, you should be there. Why are you there? I mean, that's fair enough, but there's a confluence here, so get down here. And then, I don't need you up here, mate, I need you here. As if I even need you. I don't need you. Get out of here. You think I need you? Right, anyway. So that's the daily, and here, will we cheat? Ha, we're cheating! And we're putting one there. I mean, we are. And then on the 4 hour, oh my goodness, we love the 4 hour. Here's your bullish divergence, but then potential continuation divergence. You can see you're at resistance here. That's significant. Get back above where we are at the minute, which is 0.03181. You're heading to 0.004. But this is a significant area and very difficult to break here. Right. 50 simple through the 200. 4 hour, you're in the bullish control zone, not arguing with that. 2 hour, it's not going to change. 2 hour, you're also up there. MACD is pushing back up. Good to cross. Back there. Good to see. 1 hour time frame. Right, a little bit dodgy now. 5 memberships were just gifted by somebody with that nice picture for their. Who's that picture? There's a guitar outside. I should have known. 5 memberships. Jay Fern, you lucky Fern, you. Lucas, legend. Black Irish of Montserrat, legend. Shorta, legend. 6, legend. 6. You got the 5th membership. 6. 5, 6. Bloody hell, sips tea. I want a cup of tea. Well, you lucky flippers, you. These are all lucky flippers. Get yourself over at the members videos. Hydration check. Tea lovers. Right, so what we're doing here, we're going to hit the auto button, remember? And yeah, that's quite dramatic change. So this was your bullish divergence. Start taking off. Got your continuation divergence. 1, 2, 3. Which, I mean, you can consider this an uptrend if you want because of the nature of this stochastic nature. I mean, you can with it itself, higher lows, and whatnot. But it's got bearish divergence if you do. And if you're looking at it from still a downtrend, then you'd say, yeah, just like being continuation divergence all over it, you'd be looking for it to hit resistance at some point in retracement. So it will be very tough to break 0.34. That is a chunk up. And if it does, then you'll be, like I say, heading for 0.4. It'll be first place 236 retracement. But obviously, if you're doing this, the truth is that you'd have to have one eye on the Bitcoins, obviously, which if you were doing properly would also necessitate another eye on futures and then another eye on Dynamis chart. But we'll go to the Bitcoin as it is. Holding 21.2 at the minute. It's not bad at all. It's not bad. So what about that for an entry? Anyway, so that's not bad. And then 4 hour. Yeah, again, at resistance. So you could anticipate retracements, higher lows, 50 simple period moving average. Their test 20 or 19.5. You know that 19.5 was the target. But, you know, it's continuation's the name of the game. The minute you haven't actually retraced significantly from what would be a considerably strong level of resistance at 21.5, you've not come away from it yet. So we'll see how price action evolves. Overbought for a while. People really love it. 30 minutes. You know, it's hard to argue with that. I mean, you could argue with it. If it holds 20,500, that's very good though. Right? Hold 25, great. Don't. It'll go to 19.5. And then that's not what you were asking about though. You were asking about the bing bong. Right, you got this. I mean, it'll follow the Bitcoin chart. So if Bitcoin breaks up, probably Bitcoin dominance continues a little bit. Doesn't mean anything's going down. Just be looking at moving up to the next targets. You know, and if we did put it in context, then that's a bit of an outside move, isn't it? You know, you're not quite getting a bull flag. You don't want to start putting in too much divergence because then it would start to get a little bit questionable. We've had a cross. We don't need to test that. No, thank you. 4 hour daily, you've had a cross. We don't need to test that either. No, thank you. ATIP, so we'll see, right? Could easily be that the Bitcoin dominance comes back down. And if that's because Bitcoin's breaking up, then all the better for REEF. Otherwise, you're questioning all the crypto market temporarily. ATIP. A tip for this butter. I'm off to work, but the sploshing certainly got me interested in that. Mid to low 30s entry on ATIP.
Low 30s entry on a tip and facts.
The good luck at work mood. Good luck at work. Good luck at work, moons. Are you working on a moons? That's why I say. This is born on a working on it, named after the moons. Everything moons, trades moon, everything. He moons people out the window. But the sploshing certainly got me interested in mid to low 30 entry at a P. Mid to low 30 entry at ATP. Yes, so there's a couple of potential trades. This is a risk reward that we're looking at here. Potential trade we're talking about on ATIP. If it does break back above 0.58, these sort of levels, or potentially some people using the 50 simple and holding that open and closes target towards 0.58, then you're already in this potential trade. If you break above there, the risk is very different. Hold this channel. Displacement comes into effect, price action push back up, and you get a test towards 1 point something. That's a big trade, yo. But yeah, ATIP sploshing. You're looking at this, right? Retest of these levels in at around 0.35, 0.34, as Moon says. That could well be from a failure to capture this move at all and get in here, right? I.e., nobody's lost anything. And if you did take trades, use stop losses and manage your risk. Right? So you're looking at it from all different ways. You can do that, but that's one of them. And I mean, doesn't exclude all the others. So in here, you're looking at price action, probably testing these levels. If it does manage to recover it, fantastic. If it doesn't, I suggest that you come back down, put in a proper test of this thing. It could spend ages going right here, and I mean ages and ages. And ages forever and ever, right until the final possible expiry on them options. Yeah. Anyway, you know what I'm saying, right? Manage your risk and fatal kills. So it does, right? 20 is plenty. So you're looking at this thing. Doesn't rhyme, apparently not. You're looking at this thing. Get back into the down sloping channel, the displacement, and get a move and make some people rich for a while. And then they'll be happy. But much more likely is this is a better entry for a different kind of trade. You've got 5 targets on it. And the moon's white. You already got this fantastic trade sploshing. That's what we're looking at. 15-minute time frame. Perhaps you're looking at what's price action done since then. And this was an important move. It was good. You're acting in the bullish control zone. Small time frames, you're not going to argue with it. Exceed this high here at 0.48, which was... Where was the high actually? You're in around 0.48. You got to 0.47 today. You're there post-market again. What's that? 10% total. So you're today. So you look right. So you'll be looking at this thing pushing back up again. Continuation. Well, it's in the bullish control zone. Can't argue about that. You might have a little bit sketchy with this picture on RSI if we'd already put in a subsequent high, but we haven't. We didn't put in anything bearish. We held support, 50 simple, taking it up 30-minute time frame. Back through the 200 period moving average, held that, got your buy signal since then. This persisted positive. You're back up the center line. It's positive. This volatility signal's fine, but whatever. Stupid. 4-hour time frame, you had that positive buy. That's still evolving, right? Volatility in this thing's still happening. Could easily keep going, and so I mean, yeah. It's just about those two particular trades, right? If price action breaks above here, price is very different from anything before it. Back into that channel, and then on the daily time frame, you're back above a 50 simple period moving average. If you can establish that as support at 0.4643 sort of area where we close the day, then open and close above it, especially open, close, open, then you would probably be saying, if it hasn't moved far away from there, you could target up to 0.58, which is quite a huge percentage move. And then likely, risk would change again because of the nature of previous price action and how displacement works. So Rocky Outcrop, check them out on YouTube and Patreon. We're the best indicators and add to the body of technical analysis rather than just learning how other folks do it, which is what some people try and fail to do on the YouTubes. But then there's folks in the actual learning and actual trading for real monies to make them and live on. So you're in the Discord, yo. Get there for free. Also, Rocky Outcrop. Discord.gg/Rocky Outcrop. It's just all, it's quite easy after a while if I catch on to the pattern. So did I miss something? Start out. Jay Fern, I gotta give some back when JME gives so much. Spread the word to channel and my bright and sparkly qualities. Guitar Outside. Check out Guitar Outside. This brilliant Guitar Outside. If you search Guitar Outside on YouTube, it's him. Find him, find his brilliant songs, and put them on. He sings guitar outside. Some of them in a very fetching t-shirt, in fact. You should definitely watch him. He's a legend. 5 memberships. You know, make the most of them, folks. It'd be great if you stayed to be members and stayed long and helped the channel and got better. You know, get a lot out of it. Absorb stuff by osmosis and what. That's the best way to absorb stuff, through osmosis. You know, especially if you're in some sort of a liquid. So, are you in a liquid? Look at those lucky people. You know, I see you. I see you lucky people. Tesla looking interesting. Yeah, another 7% on Tesla. Tesla. So the entry, pretty good. There's rocky outcrop targeting this entry. When price action was doing other stuff, if this would be the place to be buying it. And it is, you know, this is the place to be buying it. And the risk and where risk would be on again at this, based on what it's done, be back above 149. That's when the risk really changes. That was a positive move today, left a little bit of a gap. Obviously, the news has been very positive. You've broken this downward sloping trend on the RSI. You're on the daily time frame, and that suggests that if you do continue back above the center line, exceed this prior high, then price action will come back up and test the breakdown point, and that's in around 160. So it could easily happen for Tesla to push those levels, you know. And there's volatility across the EV market, so lots of news there. Right, so here, thank you very much, Guitar Outside. That was really generous of you. Appreciate it. And I hope everybody gets a lot from those membership gifts, and then even more good things come from it. So thank you. Thanks. That's very good of you. Other people who do similar things. So Tupperware, yup. TUP, yup. This one is 72% of the... Whoa. Come back for TUP, yup. Will we be? You know, it looks like we might be. Spectre Wolf and I certainly. Don't know about everybody else. Not financial advice. But it does keep your food fresh. And it does. And it's one of the best brand names going. So if I was Warren Buffett, I would be a big fan of Tupperware. If I was Warren Buffett, in fact, every day, all day, at all my important meetings, I would just walk around saying, tup yup, tup yup, tup yup, tup yup, tup yup, constantly, and nothing else. So Warren Buffett, tup yup. I mean, what plastic container brand do you trust? And can you live without plastic containers? Right, 202 million market cap. Probably that's going to decrease. But then afterwards, it probably increases. I mean, I think they should be $1 billion company. Don't you? So what we're looking at here, me and Spider will agree on that one, I think. We both agree that it should be. How could it not be? And it is not. This is Tesla, where it may go 140, did 130, may go 149, may go 161. Right. So what else? The best channel in the world is me, talking about me. How are you doing, Mr. Tradespotting? All about ever seeing you, Jose. How you doing, buddy? Hey, right down at the bottom. I'm right up to date now. Glass is better than plastics. Will you get me a glass sticker, Lisa? And Spectre Wolf, you slap on the Rocky, you get the, and we'll all get together and we'll make a picnic, a glass picnic. But also, you know, black glass? Is glass better than picnic? I mean, what if Tupperware went biodegradable, eh? You know? Then what would we say? Well, we'd say that glass blowing, that takes a lot of energy, right? The carbon footprint of glass blowing is kind of high. If this is not an artisanal craft, is it really worth it? That's what we'd say. And then we'd stamp out on them glass blowers. We'd go around and we'd break up their shop and destroy all their equipment. And that would be like, yeah, don't you go selling your glass around here anymore. This is a top shop, lads. We were here for, you know, stamping our authority. And I'm saying us, as if, right? I'm not buying it till it gets down there a bit lower. But top yup, oh, eh? Me and the lads and the top yup. And then some glass of milks after a thoroughly good thrashing with the top yups. Don't you say? Don't you think? Isn't it, right? Sport casual, right? Sport casual, top yup. Hats, Sergio's Ticini, tax suits being a Freudian slip. Plastics leach chemicals into the acidic foods. No, not into the acidic food. No, not biodegradable top yup. Oh, you can slap it in the microwave and everything. We don't be wanting to be leaksy, weeksy, toxins. Ugh. Keep plastic. We want plastic to lock those toxins up good, don't we? No, we want the microplastics that are biodegradable. Those ones. Love microplastics. Here, just because it's made out of plastic doesn't mean it's the stuff in your shampoo that you're washing down the drain, destroying the planet with. What about the poor whales? I mean, you're laughing like, I love it. But what about the whales? I mean, they really are getting a taste for it. They have glass and bamboo top containers at TUP. I like. But glass and bamboo container at TUP. Wow, they have them too. That's amazing. I'm a bigger fan. Plastic adds flavor. See, I'm a big fan of, the 1950s flavors. The whale also loves microplastics. They do. They love them. Microplastics destroying the planet. Here, it's very controversial. That's a very controversial statement. What did microplastics aren't themselves inherently bad. It's what people do with them. If we kept them in the shampoo bottles, then what would the problem be? Be no problem. It's because people keep washing their hair with them, right? Isn't it? All them flavoring. I know. Can't waste them. You see, we're all conflicted. We all want the plastic flavoring. Don't sleep on the margins. This is what it's like. You're talking about those beds that you pin to the side of the mountain when you're climbing up them. Like, breathe them in. Yeah. Like, breathe in all those plastics. Yeah. Fresh plastic. It's nice, isn't it? You open up the fresh plastic. And if you can open it up and just a little bit, then you can capture all of that air that's been in there for months and weeks and years and months. All just building up just for you. Yum. It's brilliant. Some people just, the TUP sniffer, you get the Tupperware sniffers, that's bad for you. You shouldn't be getting, people get carried away. Huffing the Tupperware huffers, the TUP huffers. You're TUP yuppers, not top huffers, right? No, we're not top huffers. We're TUP yuppers. Maybe in the future. Not yet, no. Tupperware site is a black hole of interesting kitchen stuff. It's incredible, isn't it? Eh? You can't get enough of the TUP yup, right? No TUP huffing, though. Top yapping for sure. No top yapping. No top yapping, yes. Top snuffing, no. Top snuffing. Oh my god, it's even worse. No top snuffing, no top huffing. Tomato sauce stain scented TUPS yum. Oh, yeah. You see, you do get your tomato sauce in plastic bottles already, don't you? So wouldn't it be better if they were all branded TUP yup? I think so. Ketchup and TUP yup. Yes, please. Right? I mean, do I even want to wait till it gets back to the level it's going to buy? Actually, don't just buy it now. Throw my willpower at it as well. Here, have some. And it would take it, eat it right up. Because that's what TUP yup's like. This also absorbs things. That's got a good ring to it. Yeah. We should have a song. Did we look at the old GME? Can't I remember? We didn't. I like Spaceballs, except it's not fresh as plastic. Who doesn't like Spaceballs? Everyone loves Spaceballs. GME. What did we get on GameStop? We got a 6.39% move. That's good. That's very good. It's down 0.47% in pre-market. What did we get on AMC? AMC, it went up 19.96%. So it's clearly a better investment and a better stock than GameStop, according to the markets today and their price movements. So, that's interesting, isn't it? We should just make Tupperware coloured spaghetti. Then the Tupperware would be Tupperware coloured after spaghetti lovers. Yes, that's what I was thinking. Homer's right. We should just make our spaghetti out of Tupperware, right? That would definitely boost the share price. This is what Homer Ghost is saying, right? Why go and waste all that money on spaghetti when you've already got TUP yup and you can shred it, probably in the same machine you used to use for making pasta. What a joke that was, eh? Silly waste of money, that. And then you get your, it's like tagliatelle spaghetti, whatever. It's the TUP yup make all of them, right? You start off with the same base ingredient. It's the TUP yup, and then you can turn it in all different types of pasta. So it saves you loads of trips to shop. Someone at Campbell's was writing this down and going to end up in the Millionaire Pig. Oi, you Campbell watchers. How's it going over there? And can you get comfy seats? And today's stream is dedicated to TUP yup. We should just make Tupperware. We should do that. Here, we should do that. You love the Tupperware, don't you? Guitar outside was eyeing calls on VBIV as well. But I figured I will play safe with spot and maybe buy call with profits on retracement. Hey, I like it. I like it. obviously with the little bit of a retracement to the downside, you know, and that would amplify the theta decay. You don't need any of that, eh? So you could just definitely, you know, you can also do calls there back when it gets down there. But yeah, until such times, it might be better. I'd certainly agree with that. A lot of things that would apply to. Smart moves, Dally. When they may be a little more liquid. Aye, liquidity helps. Open interest picking up at around the levels you like. That helps. Right? You know, you're only here for the money. Which comes with like taking the risk at the right time and then giving it to somebody else at the right time. Essentially. So using an instrument that isn't subject to extra risk at different times. It's a smart decision. Guitar Outside is awesome. He's a total freaking legend. Guitar Outside won today's episode. You won today, Guitar Outside. You won it. Congratulations. Time to get long on the bongs. Time to get long on the bongs. Taking longs from the bongs. The markup on TUP on eBay is Amazon insane. Yeah, totally. I think we can make more money trading it than selling it, though. I still think that's the case. As much of a shame as it is for the TUP salesmen, you know, it's only those top TUP salesmen of this generation that are really going to have a lasting impact in the history books. Because, I mean, we're going to just, like, overshadow their success quite significantly. Back in the zone, baby. Loving it, heart. Thanks for all the help and all the remarkable people here. What a lovely guy, eh? Can't trust those grey market Amazonians. To grey market Amazonians. Where are they? I haven't seen a grey. Where is one? Oh, you're talking about Amazon and but on eBay. I see what you mean. Well, that's a fair point to make. That's a fair point to make. Yeah. I want Jeff Bezos selling me the toaster. Remember I told you? And then I want it when I don't know which the button is, and I'm now going to remember it. Which button is it that gets it out when I'm fed up waiting? What's that button? And I know it's not the your toast is frozen and you want to tell me halfway through already making it button, which is like, you know, are they just like really? Who's out there trying to get up with creative ideas for buttons to put on toasters? Right, I don't need 3 buttons. I need the 2 buttons. I changed my mind. I want to eat my toast now. And okay, start cooking my toast button. Those are the 2 buttons. Anything else? Right, I know it's a scam. Also, I'm talking to you, Jeff. I went the Jeff Bezos toaster. Right. This looks like a Brogdon wedge. Oh, we didn't get onto GME. So, I mean, that's because we decided, right, this one, the fight between the 2 stonks, this one won. Isn't that interesting? Here, why don't you go back where you came from? So it did, right? And then we go GameStop. You get over here and you get back where you came from. Everything in its place. Okay, well, enough of the prejudiced language and let's be friendly again. So the 50 simple is below the 200, which itself is at the top side of resistance. This downward sloping channel is bearish. Price action is bearish, and I can turn off or on the drawings a million different ways. This is at a 50 simple, but not further. It's approaching a very obvious level of resistance. Looking at the departure point when whence from we went to a low that exceeded important previous lows that had been that way, you know, for a number of years. So we went below that low, which you could go on a yearly chart and show you. It's lower than, so not great. See-through toaster would be banging. They had see-through toasters when I was growing up. They had see-through toasters. But when the American Secret Service were interfering with European trade back in the death of Concord and whatnot, when the American Secret Service were getting their fingers all sticky into pumpkin pies and the Concord pies and whatnot, they also got their foot there in the see-through toasters. They're like, no more of that. You know, no, too much happy convenience, and add a button while you're at it. Right? And that's what happened. So you can blame it on Americans, as with most things. So there's a very simple. It's below the 200. Price action below all of them. Price action had put in lower lows. It's yet to even recover from that departure point. It's not a 786 or an 886 from a recent high as it entered that formation. And so that's not wonderful, right? None of that's wonderful, despite the fact that it has put in a persistent move to the top side over a number of open closes on the daily, 4 hour, even more of them. We're back above the 50 simple and the 200 period moving average at 24.88, 25 levels. That's resistance. If we go to the open interest, just this is the open interest. Max Pain, 22.50. So that's where, you know, keep your eye out for. After that level, longs will be incentivized to close. Those longs and that, like, anywho, right? So those longs, they're obviously looking for prices to get in around 237 spot 50, and the shorts, they're aiming and targeting for, you know, hard level there in around 25 cents on GME come the end of the week. So it's a question of, what was it again? Just 237. So, you know, you got 237, probably up around here. Then is what. This is where the. Do you want to actually just do what I told you to do? Thanks. No, you don't want to do that, no. I mean, it's not even hard. Go on, do one. Oh my god. Oh my god, we're looking at the... Oh my god, this is it. Oh, here we are. It's taking us to the insider trading. Well, here we are, and there's no information there either. Oh my god. Tradespotting, do you think that is a pre-split number or an actual adjusted price? It's probably a pre-split. Well, I mean, it's still adjusted. I mean, what do you mean? And that's like... confusing logic for a second there. What do you mean? Do you think that's an actual pre-split number or an adjusted price? Well, I mean, your options are adjusted with the split, yo. Yo. Oh, I mean, but like, it could, is you asking, has that been, you mean, where you're asking that from, the intuitive place where you're coming from is, are those trades coming in from before the split happened rather than like the price of them in there? Maybe that's what you mean, and that's possible. I mean, you can't also discount the fact that it's like 237. It's not all that far away. Like, you know, it's not hard to move the decimal a little bit and make everything make a little bit more sense. But then you're looking at, you know, the same problem with regards to puts, and you can see there as they are. Ow. So. Ow, don't bend bits of metal in your hand when you're not thinking about what you're doing. Eh? There's a bit of advice. What was the previous thing we were talking about? That open interest. Oh, it's skewy, isn't it? But we were actually going there because we came from here. Yeah, GameStop. And we were talking about price action. Still has not broken the 22 level. When it does 22, the next target's around 24.50. And open interest, despite like what it shows you in terms of like the highest level, in terms of where you get the most volume per strike and whatnot. The TA is where to put all your decisions right now. We'll drop down. That's the 4 hour, you know, well, 30-minute time frames where you see a lot of interest information. And here we have it exceeded the prior highs. It's not yet exceeded this here. Really, it has, just back above there, 21.33. Great, good to see. Potentially, you know, you would say now it didn't have like a terminal candle that would have become, hopefully, if you were looking for it to be confluent to provide a valid trading strategy, you'd need that to be happening in around a PRZ. You're not getting that, nor you obviously aren't getting any breakdown right now. Does that mean it's going to go crazy? Well, I mean, no, not really. And then where is crazy from here anyway, right? This is quite crazy from in around 1550 to be targeting, you know, 20%, 25% moves. That's a lot, like we were saying on the other ones. So thinking, hey y'all. So what's next? Probably we're looking at something like that, y'all. Price action. Holding support back at that D or X, which is where we're close to at the minute, coming back to around $20. That's probably the 50 simple. First touch, maybe. After that, you're looking about it. Does it start looking to putting in top informations? And then there's the left-hand shoulder, like we said, those sort of levels where if you had have exceeded, like if you had have retraced beyond significant levels and exceeded 236 at that stage, you might be thinking this is on for this move back down again. And then, you know, 200 period moving average in there at 1820. I think that's an important level. You know, essentially what I think is important on GameStop is to look to holding support now. And if that doesn't happen, you wouldn't be able to define anything that's happening like a higher low. And if a higher low isn't happening, we definitely haven't got any sort of a significant higher high. So you wouldn't be able to say it had any confirmation that the trend had changed at all. So while you could be getting excited because a significant percentage moves from 15 to where we are at the minute, you know, that excitement is born from what's already happened. You know, like breaking back above 2450 will be very significant, and then the downward sloping resistance on this formation in around 28 to 30, when previously, you know, we were at 34 not all that long ago. That makes me think, you know, that is in context. You know, people are getting excited about things because other smaller market cap, other smaller companies, and are squeezing quite a bit, you know. So people are looking at GameStop like, yo, why are you squeezing? The AMC's had such a big move today as well. People are excited, hoping for more on GameStop. And while I would be too, I'd be very cautious of the fact that this is an important level. It's not really tested any level of support. It's not putting in higher lows. It's debatable if any of these are higher highs. And a lot of what people are doing at the minute is getting excited about their emotions as opposed to what's actually happening on a 4-hour time frame, which is a significant one. Turn off the drawings again. You know, there's no real, you know, getting away from the fact that you haven't broken this breakdown point. I'm going to go back to AMC. 4-hour time frame. You come back above these previous lows. You've got a big gap though back below all of that again. So, you know, you're again not, you know, it's not as if it's on the daily. And this thing, like these sort of oscillations, when you put it in this context, it looks like it's perfectly natural. You know, you could easily slap a downward sloping channel on that thing. Look, here's a downward sloping broadening wedge. We turn it into a channel with that guy topside, this guy catching the lows, get that guy out of the road. And really you're only at the basis line, 50 simple, and 200 again, presenting resistance at 850. So these are the things to worry about. Tradespotting. BTCM could be a ripper. Could be, 10 times average volume traded day, Bitcoin market psychology, 0.5 for retracement, fill the baby gap below, and then target the gap above. I pop in daily flash, guitar right side on the BTCM. Yep, good move so far. Could be very much similar to any 727, 737, 200 period moving average. You got a gap filling at around 6.93. That's a big percentage move on top of where you've done already. 4-hour. That's a very strong move. You're already hitting what was previously support and now potentially resistance because the gap came from a potential move back down again. So the risk is on. 2-hour, you've had a move back from that level already. Bit of a rejection in the middle of a gap, right? That's not particularly strong where you wouldn't anticipate finding anything, but it's because of this previous level of support being resistance, a little bit that, and people nervous here. So the little bit of nerves, interesting. SPY is dumping. Somebody says SPY dumping in the background there. It's yourself, Crackrock. SPY dumping. Maybe that's got points for Bitcoin. They are very much at important resistant levels. Could have knock-on effect then. For the miners, you would anticipate it doing so, wouldn't you? And then there'd be also good interesting trades on Nvidia. So that's what I'm thinking. Little after action, all after hours action down a little bit, is it? How bad is it, Crackrock? We're looking here at the minute at Bitcoin miner. A little bit of a move back down, but not significant. 4-hour time frame, we weren't seeing any sort of, you know, body closes along with this move that you can say, well, here we'll hold it, and so far what it does is important. So this close was important. I would like to see it like pushing back above there tomorrow, and if it doesn't, then 352, the important level, and you managed to go back below like what was this bottom side of a gap. Price action testing that level. Price action testing that level. and falling straight through it, you know. So I would anticipate this thing potentially testing 350 again. That's possible. And then top side up at around, yeah, I mean, you've already found your most recent resistance. 1 hour, 50 simple through the 200. Price action strong in the bullish control zone. Not going to argue with that. A little bit of potential bearish dip. No, it's not bad. And, you know, that's good. And holding the center line there, that was fantastic, wasn't it? Same time as the 200 period moving average in 1 hour, and you got your volatility going quasi there. 4 hour, what's it look like? It's picking up, still doing it okay. That was good. Had that signal in the 2-day. It didn't quite get it. Did that go below 10? It did. You got your below 10 and everything. That was good. Here, so I mean, you had this as well. This is a very good trade. It also matches any good move so far, certainly. Hey there, Adele. Yo, Adele, how's it going? You talked about BBBY? I did look at it briefly. Can't remember how much I said, but I've a bit of a sore throat. Wanted to do that one for guitar outside, have an extra look at it, but it's very much the same place as any. You know, you'd be looking at Bitcoin. Looking at Bitcoin holding those levels, you could see possibly further moves on these things. And they've broken their smaller ranges, so we'll see. Still levels above, still a little bit levels above. Okay, thanks so much, Moons. Thank you so much, Guitar Outside. Thank you so much, Dally. Appreciate it. So, quick show today. Well, I mean, it wasn't that quick. Some people will say it was longer. So, you can always catch me on Discord. I'm there many hours, most days, helping as many people as I possibly can to the best of my abilities. And you're all welcome on the free side and the paid side. Thank you very much for all the engagement today on the episode. Hope the trades we've talked about that you take work out for you. Obviously, I'm there to give you feedback. And I'll be here again tomorrow and every day, probably. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Be good to each other. Be nice to each other. And, you know, sometimes all you need is a friend, somebody to talk to. And everybody there on Discord, happy to hear everything you've got to say about anything it might be, whoever you are and whatever you're feeling like, whether it's trading or otherwise. Thanks very much. Take care of each other. See you soon. Bye.